Just an accident. Your kid caused it, my sister retorted. During Christmas morning, my niece wrecked my son's fresh $1,300 phone. Not a soul stirred. He murmured, "It's fine. I didn't earn it anyway." That evening, I halted $8,500 and voided her next shipment. Come morning, the group chat blew up, and my sister unwrapped her present, then froze. Can you imagine watching your child's hopes shatter into a million pieces on Christmas Day, only for your own sister to blame him? That day, I thought I was just trying to get my son a new phone, but it turned into an all-out fight for his dignity and for my own sanity against the person I was supposed to trust most in the world. And what happened next? Well, that changed everything. My name's Jess. I'm 37. I'm the older sister, the one who handles the spreadsheets, remembers everyone's birthday sizes, and can rattle off an APR without a second thought. I'm a single mom to Owen, my 15-year-old. He's tall, quiet, and just thoughtful. His teachers always use words like neat in their emails, you know? I manage payroll, so my life pretty much revolves around lists and calendars. Christmas, for us, always means Mom's house. Same old traditions, cinnamon rolls, the church livestream playing softly, that cheap nativity scene on the mantle, and the scratchy tree skirt we've had since we were kids. Mom fusses, my stepdad brews endless coffee. And then there's my sister, Leah. She's 33, and she arrives with her 12-year-old daughter, Mia, in this whirlwind of perfume, loud laughter, and bags that never quite zip up. Leah's always been the fun one. She says it like it's her brand. Owen had been saving for months for a new iPhone. His old one was a mess, cracked screen, battery dying at 24%. He babysat, shoveled snow, even put birthday money in a shoebox labeled phone. I matched him, putting in a chunk of my bonus. We finally opened it together, so carefully, like it was a newborn bird. He just held it, almost afraid to wake it up. Whoa, Mia gasped. Is that the 15 Pro? Oh my God. Owen just gave a small, proud smile. Yeah. He handed it to me, so I could put on the case. I'm obsessive about these things, so I peeled the screen protector like a surgeon, lining up the edges with my thumbnail. I was mid-snap, completely focused, when Mia just reached. Let me see it, she demanded. Wait, I said, not even looking up. Almost done. He's taking forever. Mia giggled. And then, everything went into slow motion. You know those movie scenes? She grabbed. I tightened my grip. Owen reached out, I think to say don't, but all our hands were suddenly there. The box fell. The phone cartwheeled out like a coin, hitting the edge of the coffee table first, then face down on the tile. Hard. Silence. Nobody moved. Total accident. Your kid started it, Leah snapped. Just like that. Fast, like the verdict was already decided. Mom gasped. My stepdad froze, coffee pot mid-pour. I just stared at the phone on the floor, half expecting it to jump up and prove me wrong. Owen's face went white. He knelt, lifted it. The screen was a spiderweb. Tiny glass bits fell into his palm. It's okay, he whispered. He wouldn't look at me. I didn't deserve it anyway. That line. It hit me like a trapdoor opening beneath my feet. It's the thing he says when he thinks he's too much or not enough. When he avoids asking for seconds or leaves a new hoodie in the bag for a week. Don't be dramatic, Leah scoffed, rolling her eyes like she hadn't even heard him. I'm not, Owen said, barely audible. Mia nervously laughed. Oops. Accidents happen. Mom finally chimed in, grabbing a towel like she could just tidy this up. We're all together. That's what matters. Owen put the phone back in its box, like a body. He wiped his fingers on his jeans and just sat down, staring at his socks. I can take it to get fixed, I said, my voice sounding weird, too calm. Apple Care covers. We'll figure it out. Leah cut in again. It's not like she hurled it at the wall. Your kid grabbed first. Total accident. It wasn't his fault, I said, sharper than I intended. Okay, but he had it and wouldn't share, Leah argued. We teach sharing at our house. I was putting on the case. I shot back. It's fine, Owen mumbled. I'm fine. He curled his shoulders in, looking like he wanted to disappear into the couch cushions. I looked around. Nobody moved. This wasn't about a phone. It was never about a phone. Leah and I grew up with a mom working double shifts and a dad who disappeared after our 9th Christmas. I learned to pack lunches that wouldn't get soggy. Leah learned to borrow, smile, and return something almost the same. I learned to keep a Girl Scout troop's cookie money safe. Leah learned how to get free guacamole. Now, I'm the bank sibling, which is a joke people make when they want money. Ask Jess, Mom says. She knows numbers. It's half compliment, half warning. I protect my kid. I pay my taxes early. I'm not fancy, but my bills have their own folders. Leah? She's in a different space. She left Rob in the spring. He bored me, she'd said. What that really meant. She moved back into a 2-bedroom with weird floors, works seasonal retail, and does gig work. She told me she wanted a fresh start. I asked, what's your plan? She just said, manifesting. 2 weeks ago, Leah called me, crying. I got approved for the unit near the school, she sobbed. But I need deposit plus first month. It's $8,500 total with fees. I'll pay you back in January when my bonus hits. Please, Jess, I need this for Mia. We talked. I asked questions. She cried harder. I listened to that part of me that remembers sleeping on a futon. I said yes. I scheduled the transfer for December 26th, after the holiday rush, when my bonus posted. I even ordered a couch and a starter set of dishes, 2 deliveries to her new place on December 28th and January 3rd. It felt like a grown-up Santa move. I made a gift box for Christmas morning, a little envelope with a welcome home card and printouts of the order confirmations, tied with a red ribbon. I pictured Leah crying happy tears, hugging me, promising move-in pics. I didn't tell her ahead of time because I wanted to surprise her, and also because I know Leah. You tell her about money early. She spends it 3 times before it even exists. I did tell Mom. I don't want a big deal made about it, I said. Mom squeezed my hand. You're a good sister, she said. Meanwhile, I'm not made of money. I have a buffer, not a vault. I've been careful. I've turned down trips. I sold the idea of the iPhone to myself by how much Owen had saved and how my raise finally hit. He put $400 down. I covered the rest. We're investing in a tool, not just a toy, I told him. He nodded like a small businessman. We added a case and a screen protector. We didn't add AppleCare Plus. We'll be careful, I said. That was my mistake. Maybe. Or maybe the mistake was thinking other people would be careful with our things. Leah's pattern with Mia is this. Mia is loud, messy, sweet, and the apology always comes with a shrug. Last summer, Mia took Owen's AirPods because she wanted to know if they fit. We found them under the trampoline after a rain. Accidents happen, Leah said then too. When Mia spilled nail polish on our couch, Leah offered to buy a slipcover, then sent me a link and asked if I could order it, and she'd pay me back. She didn't. People think I'm uptight. They say I lecture. I count how many times I say it's fine when it absolutely isn't. I practice not exploding. I practice forgiving. I call it not lighting myself on fire to keep other people warm. My therapist calls it boundaries. We both laugh, because I hate that word. It sounds like a fence you put up around your house with a sign that says, no fun. After the phone hit the tile, I waited. I waited for Leah to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We'll replace it. I waited for her to put her hand on Owen's shoulder. I waited for Mia to say, I'm sorry, I messed up. Nothing happened. Leah just folded her arms. It's just a thing, she said. We're family. We don't keep score. But I know exactly how much $1,300 island. Down to the hour. It's 2 pay periods, a Saturday overtime shift, packed lunches, and saying no to takeout. It's Owen's money in a shoebox, and my money matching it because I want him to see that effort meets effort. People will say, it's just money. It's not. It's about teaching my kid he's allowed to have things and keep them safe. It's about teaching Mia that accidents happen doesn't mean no accountability. It's about telling Leah that she doesn't get to rewrite reality because it's easier for her to sleep. I still didn't say anything. I picked up the shards of the morning and put them in a paper bag. We moved on to cinnamon rolls. Mom made a joke about sugar curing all problems. Stepdad mumbled about football. Mia made TikToks. Leah scrolled. Owen sat next to me and leaned his shoulder into mine. It's fine, he said again. I looked at his face. It was the same face he had when he broke a plate at 5 and cried because he'd wasted a plate. It was the face from school pictures where he makes himself smaller so other kids don't get mad that he exists. I looked at the gift box I'd brought for Leah, tucked under the tree. Red ribbon, neat edges. My handwriting. For my sister, for your new start. I felt tired, like a winter that wouldn't end. We made it through most of the morning on what I guess you'd call politeness fumes. Gifts were opened. Socks, Candles, a cheap drone for Mia that hit the ceiling and fell into the tree. We ate ham at 2 p.m. Owen helped Mom in the kitchen. Leah took calls. That's her other pattern. Too busy to focus on a mess she made until it's no longer her problem. I waited. I waited for an apology. I waited for Leah to lean over and quietly say, "Hey, I'll make this right." I waited for her to show me the part of her that used to hold my hand when we crossed the street. At 3 p.m., while Mom lined up coffee cups like soldiers, I said, "We need to talk about the phone." Leah didn't even look up. "It was an accident." "I know," I said. "Accidents still have consequences." She sighed. "Jess, seriously." Mia grabbed it. I pushed on. While I was putting on the case, we were telling her to wait. "It broke. It's new. I need you to take responsibility." Mia looked up from her phone. "Oops," I said. "That's not an apology." My voice was too sharp. I forced it down. "I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm asking you to acknowledge it and make a plan to fix it. Are you sending me an invoice?" Leah said, half laughing, like I was absurd. "What do you want?" "A Venmo request with emojis." "I want you to say you'll repair or replace it," I said. Leah snorted. "With what money? I'm moving this week. Everything is accounted for. Your kid has a phone. It has a crack. Life goes on." "The screen is shattered," I stated. "It's not usable. It was a big purchase. It was a gift. Why are you making this about money?" Leah scoffed. "It's Christmas." "It became about money when you had no respect for what we paid," I retorted. "It became about something else when Owen said he didn't deserve it." Leah rolled her eyes so hard I could almost feel the breeze. "Oh my God, he's 15. He's dramatic. Next you'll say I traumatized him." "Mia, do you have something you want to say?" I asked, turning to her directly. She shrugged. "Sorry," she said, like a question, like she was reading a sign that said, "Say sorry to move on." "Do you mean it?" I asked. Leah threw her hands up. "Okay, we're done here. I'm not letting you interrogate my kid." Mom tried to step in. "Girls, Mom, no," I said. I looked at Leah. "You asked me for help. You're moving into an apartment. I'm helping you get that because I love you and I love Mia. But love isn't me erasing everything you do that's inconvenient." Leah's face went still. "Are you threatening to not help me because of a phone?" "I'm telling you this is a pattern," I said. "When Mia's actions cost you something, you turn it into an accident nobody can fix. I'm not doing that anymore." "You're cruel," Leah snapped. "Who holds money over their sister's head on Christmas? Who weaponizes generosity?" I stood up. My hands were shaking. "I'm taking Owen home," I said. "We'll sort the phone out tomorrow. I'm not doing this here." On the drive home, Owen stared out the window. Snow clung to the branches. The radio played songs we didn't know. "Hey," I said, my voice softer now. "You deserve that phone. You deserve good things. Even if something bad happens." He didn't answer for a minute. "It's fine," he said, which is pretty much teenage for "it's not fine and I can't talk about it yet." We got home. He went to his room. I made a grilled cheese and set it outside his door. He didn't touch it. I sat at the kitchen table and opened my laptop. I looked at my bank app. My heart poked my ribs. The scheduled $8,500 transfer to Leah's new landlord sat there like a loaded truck. The couch company confirmation email sat in my inbox with 2 deliveries set, December 28th and January 3rd. I reread my own note in the gift box. "For your new start. Love you. Conditions, communication, rent payments on time, Mia's chores list. Let's do this right." I thought about Owen saying he didn't deserve it. I thought about teaching him that we walk away when someone tells us our boundaries are cruel. I thought about what my therapist would say. At 9:27 p.m., I paused the $8,500 transfer. I clicked cancel on the January 3rd couch delivery. I left the December 28th delivery for now. It felt like taking my hand off a hot stove. Then I took the gift box out of my tote, untied the ribbon, and slid in a new note in my neat handwriting. Love is not keeping score, but it has rules. We replace what we break. We apologize like we mean it. Until we agree on that, the move-in help is paused. We can talk on Tuesday. I retied the ribbon. I put the box back in my tote. My stomach hurt. I went to bed. I stared at the ceiling until 2 a.m. When I slept, I dreamed that all the plates in the cabinet slid out and shattered, and I just kept sweeping and sweeping while people kept saying, "It was an accident." At 7:12 a.m., the family chat was a siren. 10 missed texts, then 20, then 40. I made coffee and braced myself. "Leah, why did you cancel the transfer?" "Leah, The landlord called me at 7 a.m. I look like an idiot. Mom, what happened? Girls, please. Leah, this is punishment because of a phone. Leah, you're sick. I cannot believe you would do this. Stepdad, maybe we can talk this out. Owen's name popped up for a second, like he was reading, and then it disappeared. I texted, we will talk at 10 a.m. at my place. Not arguing in chat. Leah, we are talking now. Turn the money back on. Mom, Jess. I put my phone face down and made eggs. Owen came into the kitchen, hair sticking up. He looked like a human after a storm. How's your heart? I asked. He shrugged. We can go to Apple today, I said. See what repair looks like. He nodded. Okay. At 9:56 a.m., Leah pulled up outside my apartment so fast she half jumped the curb. Mia came in behind her like a smaller comet. Leah didn't sit. She paced my living room. What's wrong with you? She demanded. Do you know how embarrassing it is to have a landlord call me and say your guarantor paused the wire? Do you know how small that makes me look? $8,500, I stated, letting the number hang between us. And I canceled your second delivery. I left the first. We're going to talk about what comes next. Mia sank into the couch that still had the nail polish stain under a throw blanket. She opened her phone and scrolled. Leah stared at me. Over a phone? She said, like she was talking to a wall. It's not over a phone, I countered. It's over patterns. It's over respect. It's over teaching my kid he can trust me not to overlook him to keep the peace. We are family, Leah said. We do not do this to each other. We also don't break each other's things and shrug, I said. Mia didn't look up. I said sorry. You said sorry like a question, I reminded her. You didn't say you'd fix it. Leah threw her hands up. She's 12. She's old enough to have a phone, I said. She's old enough to grab another person's property and break it. She's old enough to take responsibility. Leah glared. So what? You want her to get a job and pay you? I want you to say we will make this right, I insisted. I want a plan. We can do a payment plan. We can do trade-offs. But I'm not pretending this is nothing. Leah looked at Mia. Tell your aunt you'll help, she said, flat, like directing a play. Mia mumbled. I'll help. That's not your job, I said, softer this time. Leah, it's yours. Leah finally sat down. Her eyes were shiny. I can't do this, Jess. I cannot have everything be a test. I'm drowning. I need help. I offered help, I said, and pointed to the bag by the tree. It came with a card and conditions, like adults set. It also comes with boundaries. I'm not funding a lifestyle where I keep getting told I'm cruel for asking for respect. She looked at the bag. What is that? Open it, I said. She untied the ribbon like it might bite her, slid the lid off, and pulled out the card. For your new start, she read, her voice going quiet. She took out the printout of the wire, the couch order confirmation, the note I added last night. Her eyes flicked to the new note. She read, Love is not keeping score, but it has rules. She froze. Mia peered over. What is it? Leah kept reading. Her face changed colors like the sky. You were going to do this for me? She asked, small. Yes, I said. And I still will, if we can agree to basic rules. She looked at me like she was seeing me for the first time in months. The rules, I said, are simple. We apologize like we mean it. We replace what we break, even if it's slow. We don't call each other cruel when we ask for accountability. And if I support your move, you stick to the plan. Rent on time. Mia has chores. You keep me in the loop. Leah blinked tears into her lashes. You would really do this? I scheduled it, I clarified. It's paused, not canceled. The second couch delivery is canceled for now. We can reinstate it, but I won't send $8,500 to a landlord while you tell me I'm a monster for asking you to replace a phone your kid shattered. Leah's face hardened a little again, a bounce back into defense. I can't do $1,300. I can't. I don't have it. I didn't ask for $1,300 today, I said. I asked for a plan. Half now, half in 2 months. Or $200 a month for 6 months. Or you take on some expenses of mine for a bit. Gas, groceries for a week. Something that tells Owen you see him. Mia looked up. I can babysit, she said quietly, surprising me. For Mrs. Lee next door, she pays $12 an hour. I can give you some of it. That's kind, I said. But this is about your mom. Leah rubbed her eyes. I'll give you $200 today, she said. And I'll do $200 a month. I'll put it in my budget. Okay, I said. Then we go to Apple today and see the damage. Leah exhaled like she'd been underwater. I'm sorry, she said, her voice rough. For what? I asked. She swallowed. For calling you cruel. For dismissing Owen. For not taking responsibility. For making you the bad guy when you were trying to help. I looked at her. Thank you, I said. That matters. Mia swallowed. I'm sorry I grabbed it, she said, voice steady now. I thought it would be fine, and I didn't listen. I'm sorry I talked like I didn't care. Owen, who had stood silently in the doorway, finally spoke. Thanks, he said tiny. We drove to Apple. The tech looked at the phone and sucked air in through his teeth. It's toast, he said, flipping it over. It took a bad hit on a corner. No Apple Care. No, I said. Screen and back glass plus labor puts you in replacement territory, he explained. $1,199 for the same model if you trade in the broken one. Leah flinched. Is there a cheaper one? We can go down a model, he offered. Or a refurb, but you'll still be in the high hundreds. Leah looked at me. Do you need him to have that exact one? I looked at Owen. He looked at the floor. We picked it, he said. We saved. I did the math in my head. My plan had room. Leah had a plan now, too. We'll do the replacement, I said. Leah's jaw tightened like she was swallowing a pill. Okay, she said. $1,200 today, then payments. I paid. It hurt, but it felt right. Owen held the new phone like a second try at something fragile. He didn't take off the plastic until we were home. By 4 p.m., the family chat had turned into a different conversation. Mom sent heart emojis. Stepdad sent a thumbs up. Leah sent. Jess and I talked. All good. I will be handling the phone. We are good on the apartment. Thank you, Mom. Sisters, love you both. I reinstated the $8,500. I called the couch company and reinstated the January 3rd delivery. The rep said, we still have the order in our system. Consider it done. I texted Leah privately. I'm proud of you. This is adulting. She wrote back, I hate when you say that then. But also, thank you. A week later, I walked into Leah's new apartment with a set of kitchen towels and a CVS bag of command hooks. The couch was there. It looked good. Mia had a chore chart on the fridge in purple marker. Trash, dishes, homework. My gift box card was taped next to it. Leah had written boundaries at the top and underlined it, but she'd drawn a smiley face after the word, like she needed to soften it to swallow it. Owen sat on the new couch and showed Mia the lock screen wallpaper on his replaced phone. It was a photo of them when they were little, in a kiddie pool, water wings like orange donuts. They laughed. It felt like grace. Leah poured me cheap champagne into plastic cups. To not being a disaster, she said, clinking mine. To the adult plan, I said. She rolled her eyes. Fine. To the adult plan. We talked about money without anyone crying. Leah wrote the $200 on a sticky note and put it in her wallet. I hate this, she said. But she smiled. Hey, I said. Do you remember when Dad left and Mom taped the electric bill to the cabinet so she'd see it? She nodded. I think about that a lot. I think about how we learned two different things. You learned to pretend nothing was wrong until it was. I learned to make everything a list so I could control it. Neither was perfect. She looked at me for a long moment. I don't want to be the fun one if it means I'm the irresponsible one, she said. You can be fun and responsible, I told her. That's the grown-up hack. Mia took the trash out without being asked. She came back and washed her hands and didn't use my towel to dry them. That tiny thing made me teary. Before I left, Owen came up to me. Thanks, he said, for replacing it. For everything. You deserve good things, I said, even when stuff breaks. Especially then. In the car, I wrote a note in my phone to my future self. Asterisk, you are not cruel for protecting your kid. You are not cruel for asking for accountability. Help people who take responsibility. Don't fund denial. Make rules. Speak them out loud. Asterisk, the moral is simple and not new. Accidents happen. Responsibility is a choice. Money without boundaries breeds resentment. Love without rules breeds chaos. My boundary is this. I won't be your bank if I can't be your sister. If I'm helping, then we're telling the truth, apologizing like we mean it, and replacing what we break, in full, on a plan, with a receipt. And when my son whispers that he doesn't deserve something, I will be the person who says, over and over again, you do deserve it. Honestly, I still replay that day in my head. What would you have done in my shoes? How do you set boundaries with family without feeling like the bad guy? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear your thoughts.